Now coming to static timing verification. Okay, so static timing verification, we know STA, right? So that only. So static timing verification is a critical element of any design verification methodology. So each storage element and latch in the design have a timing requirement that have to met. These include setup time, hold time, and various delay timings. So basically, when you are in your design, what all things are there, right? Some combination circuits are there, some sequential circuits are there. So what all the properties associated with your combination? Only the propagation delay, right? Or the input transition or output transition. What all the properties that are associated with the sequential circuit? That is a flip-flop. That is setup time, hold time, and the propagation delay, C2Q delay of the flip-flop. So those are the properties we need to verify here. Okay, whether we are able to meet those properties or not. So timing verification is a challenging for complex design since each input has a multiple source and timing can vary depending upon the circuit operating conditions. They are telling that suppose like input is coming, okay, so that input is coming from many places, so that is very difficult in complex designs, and it also depends upon the operating conditions, in what operating condition you are performing static timing analysis. Okay, so in a chip design, the netlist of the design goes through transformation after synthesis, scan insertion, clock tree generation, floor planning, block placement, and complete chip routing. STV is performed after each of these steps to ensure that design timing requirements are met. So why they are telling it is important? Where you have to perform? After synthesis you have to perform, okay, after scan insertion, after clock tree generation, after floor planning, block placement, and after routing. So every point you have to perform static timing analysis. That is why they are telling this is very important. So static timing verification is performed after each of these steps to ensure that design timing requirements are met. So what actually they are trying to say is timing related parameters like frequency, all those things they will perform in timing verification. STV performing an exhaustive analysis of all the path in the design and does not require test vector as a simulation. So as I told you, this is static verification, so there is no need to create a test bench. Automatically tool will analyze the thing, and that too exhaustively. Okay, so there are two types of timing analysis. One is dynamic and static. Do you heard about dynamic timing analysis and static timing analysis? So basically they will ask what is the difference between dynamic timing analysis and static timing analysis. Okay, so static timing analysis, all you know, that is STA. Okay, dynamic timing analysis, you can say that is gate level simulation. So these are the two types of analysis. We'll see what is the difference in the coming slides. Dynamic timing analysis use simulation vectors to verify the design or the design output accurate result for a given input without any timing violation. So this is gate level netlist, gate level simulation they are talking about. You need to force some test vector, right? So that is what they are trying to say. The problem with dynamic timing analysis is the simulation vector cannot guarantee 100% coverage. 100% coverage is only ensured by the static tools. Okay, so that is the golden fundamental. Static timing analysis checks all the path in the circuit or design, including the false path. The static timing analysis can guarantee 100% coverage, and the static timing analysis does not verify the circuit functionality. Okay, so static timing analysis is widely used by many design houses. So if I summarize these things, they are trying to say it is important. Okay, 100% coverage, it cannot verify your functionality. It is an analysis tool, okay, not modification tool, just an analysis tool. You can analyze. So what are the things required when you are performing static timing? Model of the design, your RTL, all points that require timing checks such as input, output, storage element, latches and gates. Inputs means they are talking about input delay, output delay. Storage elements means flip-flop. What are the timing parameters associated with flip-flops? All timing constraints such as setup time, hold time, delay. So these are the constraints. These should be these constraints are available in the library, as well as you can also constrain the design, okay, by yourself. Boundary conditions such as input arrival, input slew rate, output required arrival time constraint, output capacitance, loading constraints, arrival time, okay, arrival time when input is coming, So that is input delay. Input slew rate. Okay, when you are applying input, okay, immediately it will not, you can't apply, okay, it will take, because there is a slew in the input transition. It's not like this, it is like this. So there is a slew. Clock details.